What is up, my fellow beasts? Welcome back to my first video of 2018, so happy new year. Today I was like, do I really want to get killed by STD nerds, by bar nerds? Do I want to get killed by grenades every 5 seconds? Do I want to get spawn killed in Call of Duty World War II on the first day of 2018? Nah man, let's not do that, let's save that for tomorrow. Today let's do something crazy. Let's play some Infinite Warfare, which is definitely something you don't see very often, that, you know, you haven't seen in a while on YouTube. So this game came out a little bit over 1 year ago, and it is definitely a completely different game than it was, as I said, 1 year ago when it first came out. It's kind of like World War II. It kind of felt boring at first, it kind of felt incomplete, but with time it got better. Today I even unlocked a new gun in Infinite Warfare, which is what you saw in the intro, the Reaver Machete. It has a knife, it's kind of like a bayonet, but it doesn't work the same way. You don't poke people, you just, knife them. You kind of like, you swing the knife. It's pretty fun, I like it. So yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I had a blast playing Infinite Warfare today. So I was like, let's make a video about all the right things, all the good things Infinite Warfare did, but no one remembers because no one cares about Infinite Warfare. So this is just my opinion. If you agree with it, that's awesome. If you don't, that is absolutely fine. So the first thing on this list Infinite Warfare did right I want to talk about is a DLC only playlist. I don't know if I'm wrong, but I believe Infinite Warfare is the only Call of Duty game that has a playlist like this with all the DLC maps separated from the normal maps. This is awesome because after a while, when you have the DLC maps, it's hard for you to find new games. It's just hard because, the new Call of Duty comes out, people move on to the new Call of Duty, and you're just stuck there with the DLC maps. You can't find anything. So usually you'll have to delete all your DLC content, which is definitely very annoying because it's something you pay for, and then after a while you can't use it anymore. But in Infinite Warfare they changed that with a DLC only playlist where you just have the DLC maps. If you want to play them, you go on that DLC playlist. If you want to play the normal maps, you go on the normal maps playlist. So that's freaking awesome, and I will never have to delete my DLC content in Infinite Warfare. The second thing they did right was bringing a little bit of, Call of Duty Ghosts back. They also brought back Afghan from MW2, the map Afghan. They also brought back Resistance from Modern Warfare 3. But when it comes to Ghosts, which is my favorite game on the PlayStation 4, they brought back one of my favorite maps in the game, Warhawk. It feels like I'm playing Ghosts on Infinite Warfare with bunny hops. They brought back the Venom X, a gun also from Call of Duty Ghosts that you could only use on a DLC map, which kind of sucked. Not everyone had a chance of using that bad boy in Call of Duty Ghosts, but in Infinite Warfare, if you have the Season Pass, you can get this gun for free and use it whenever you want. It is pretty unique, pretty fun. And they also brought back Extinction. They combined it with zombies, and I think it is a lot of fun, even though the zombies from Infinite Warfare are not really the best. But I kind of like the little combination they made there. The third thing Infinite Warfare did right, not a lot of people really noticed, is that you regenerate your health super fast in this game, which is something that doesn't happen, for example, in Call of Duty World War II, where it takes you 3 weeks to get your health back. And it's definitely something annoying because in Call of Duty World War II the maps are super small and the spawns are all over the place. So in Infinite Warfare you don't really notice this in gunfights because you die very fast, but you notice this a lot when you get hit by explosives. After a little bit over 5 seconds your health will be back, and for example in Call of Duty World War II, when you get hit by an explosive you have to wait 8 seconds to get all your health back, which is definitely a pain in the ass. The fourth thing Infinite Warfare did right was giving free content to Season Pass holders. If you had the Season Pass, you could get for free all the base variants of the new guns in Infinite Warfare. You couldn't get the epic variants and the legendaries and whatever, but at least you could get for free the base variant. And the people that didn't have the season pass could just complete a few challenges and they would get the guns too. So that was pretty awesome. Everyone was happy in Infinite Warfare when it comes to new guns. The next thing Infinite Warfare did right was adding kill streak variants. At first, a lot of people were scared about this. They thought that they were gonna put the killstreak variants behind supply drops, and only a few people, only the lucky ones, were going to be able to use these killstreaks. But they put them on like the prototype lab, whatever it's called, and pretty much everyone can go in there, and with in-game currency, with salvage points, you can unlock your killstreaks and use them whenever you want. This is something that definitely made Infinite Warfare a little bit more fun, because it gave the killstreaks a little bit more variety. And to be honest, this is something that Call of Duty World War II could use, because the killstreaks are boring as shit. The killstreaks are weak. That's the main thing. They are super weak, super expensive. They don't do shit. So we could use some doggy dogs. We could use, you know, a few VSATs, a few juggernauts, you know, stuff like that. The next thing Infinite Warfare did right was changing the supply drop system. So in Black Ops 3, to get the new guns, you had to use exclusively supply drops. That's the only way of getting the new guns. Some people were lucky, they were able to get the new guns. Other people, just like myself, were not so lucky. So far, the only good gun I have is the Shadow Claw. But in Infinite Warfare, yes, a few guns were still locked behind supply drops, but most of them were in the prototype lab, and to get them, you just had to unlock all the variants of that gun with salvage points. So that was pretty cool, because you didn't have to use real money to get your shit. The next thing they did right was creating super fun guns. When it comes to gun variety, they went off, man. They are absolutely insane in Infinite Warfare. You have akimbo miniguns, you have minigun, you have guns that turn into akimbo pistols, you have guns that turn into akimbo shotguns, you have a sniper that turns into a shotgun, you have an assault rifle that turns into an akimbo melee weapon. So when it comes to that, I mean, they did a very good job, and I absolutely love most of the guns in Infinite Warfare, because they are super fun to use. And the next thing Infinite Warfare did right was adding super fun, super awesome playlists to the game. My favorite right now is this one with all the DLC maps. It is pretty cool, because I didn't really play the DLC maps that much, and this way I can play them. And I also love the Hyper Team Deathmatch game mode, which is a game mode where you can get all your abilities super fast. There's also Classic Team Deathmatch, Boots on the Ground, no bunny hops, and there's also Gesture Warfare. I don't know if it's still in the game, I don't know if they deleted that one, but Gesture Warfare was awesome, because you could kill people with gestures instead of using your gun. And the ninth thing I want to talk about Infinite Warfare did right was the smooth gameplay. The game just flows super well. To be honest, it kind of feels like Call of Duty Ghosts, but you know, a little bit more fast-paced. You know, with the bunny hops and with the wall running. The hit detection is very good, almost like in Call of Duty Ghosts. Obviously, it gets crazy when people are in the air all over the place, but it's very similar to Call of Duty Ghosts, and you pretty much have no lag in this game. You don't really have that thing of shooting first, dying first. I believe you had that in the beginning, I'm not sure though, but I mean, I just finished playing Infinite Warfare and I had no problem killing motherfuckers. I had a freaking blast. And finally, the last thing I want to talk about on this list of things Infinite Warfare did right, but no one remembers, were the specialists, aka the rigs. So these things are kind of like the same things that Black Ops 3 had, you know, the specialists, but I believe they were more fun and less annoying. Like, for example, in Black Ops 3 you had gravity spikes, you had the hive pods, you had the war machine, and in Infinite Warfare you didn't have any of those things. So they were more fun and less annoying. And the best part about the rigs, aka specialists, in Infinite Warfare is that you could use a gun and an ability at the same time. In Black Ops 3 you had to choose between the gun and the ability. You could only use one of them. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen, this is my list of 10 things Infinite Warfare did right. It did very well, but no one remembers. Obviously a lot of things were not done in the beginning, they were done a few months later, but hey, better late than never. Let me know your opinion in the comment section below. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you next time. Peace out.